Hi everyone, I'm Bella. I'm a student nurse representative of Group 2 of Sunstone. I'm here to talk about Betty Nueman. Who is she? What is Neuman Model Systems, and what it does in nursing? Please sit and listen. I'm gonna start. Betty Nueman was a nurse, educator, and theorist who wanted nursing education to be more holistic and proactive. In 1970, she introduced the Neuman systems model, which focused on the whole person instead of just the illness. She published several editions of her work, traveled worldwide to share her ideas, and in 1988, she established the Neuman Systems Model Trustees Group to make sure her theory would continue to influence nursing even after her time. The Neuman Systems Model is patient-centered. It helps nurses assess and respond to stressors that affect a person's health and well-being. Neuman viewed every client as an open system, constantly interacting with internal and external factors. Stressors may be physical, psychological, social, cultural, developmental, or spiritual. The goal of nursing care is to maintain or restore stability through prevention-based intervention. Betty Nueman's systems model is built around several key concepts that work together to explain how people respond to stress and how nurses can help them maintain stability. The client system. Neuman believes that every person is a unique system made up of 5 interacting variables, namely physiological, or the body's physical functions like breathing, circulation, and nutrition. Psychological, mental health, emotions, and how people think or cope with problems. Sociocultural, culture, values, family, relationships, and the influence of society. Developmental, life stages and growth, such as childhood, adolescence, or aging. Spiritual, beliefs, faith, and values that give meaning and purpose in life. Together, these variables shape how a person responds to stress and how well they can maintain balance. Next, we have stressors. Stressors are forces that can threaten a person's stability. Neuman grouped them into 3 types. First is intrapersonal stressors, defined as stress within a person, like anxiety, negative thoughts, or physical pain. Second is interpersonal stressors, stress that happens in relationships, like conflicts within family, friends, or coworkers. Third, we have extrapersonal stressors, defined as stress from the outside environment, such as financial problems, accidents, or disasters. These stressors may come from anywhere, and they affect not just one variable, but the whole client system. Lines of defense and resistance. Neuman explains that people have protective lines that guard them from stress. First, we have flexible line of defense. This is the first shield, like a temporary barrier that protects the person from immediate stress. For example, getting enough sleep may keep someone from getting sick during stressful times. Second, we have normal line of defense. This represents a person's usual level of wellness. It's the baseline state of health that nurses try to maintain or restore. Lastly, we have lines of resistance. These are deeper defenses inside the system. They are activated if stressors break through the first 2 lines. For example, the immune system fighting off infection is the line of resistance. Reconstitution. When stressors break through the defenses and cause instability, the system works toward reconstitution or recovery. This process may bring the person back to their usual health levels or sometimes to an even stronger state if they have learned new ways to cope and adapt. Prevention as intervention. The most important nursing action in Neuman's model is prevention. She described 3 levels. Primary prevention, actions before stress occurs, such as health education, exercise, vaccination, or stress management techniques. Secondary prevention, interventions after the stressor has invaded, but while problems are still manageable. This includes early detection, medications, or counseling. Tertiary prevention, care during recovery to restore stability and prevent complications, such as rehabilitation or long-term support. The system model diagram breaks down into 4 concepts of the meta-paradigm of nursing. Environment, person, nursing, and health. The human being is an open system that interacts with internal and external environment forces or stressors. The human is constantly changing, moving towards a dynamic state of system stability or illness of varying degrees. On this case, physical, psychological, social, cultural, developmental, and spiritual variables are all interrelated. So the next one is the environment. So it means all the factors that affect and are affected by the system. It defines all internal and external factors and influences surrounding the identified client or client system. So we have three dimensions for the environment. We have internal environment, external environment, and created environment. So a good example of this is that individuals who experience sleep deprivation are more susceptible to viruses of the common cold from the environment. In Neuman nursing theory, health is defined as the condition or degree of system stability and is viewed as a continuum from wellness to illness. When system needs are met, optimal wellness exists. On the other hand, when needs are not satisfied, illness exists. It is the non-liquid changing levels occurring within a normal range for a client system over time due to basic structure factors and the client system's response and adjustment to environmental stressors. Wellness can be determined by identifying the actual or potential effects of invading stressors on the system's available energy levels. When the energy needed to support life is not available, then death occurs. In Neuman's systems model, nursing focuses on maintaining and restoring system stability. Its main goal is to help clients achieve optimal wellness through prevention as intervention, by reducing stressors and strengthening defenses. By accurate assessment of both the actual and potential effects of the stressors. Application of Neuman model systems in nursing. In nursing education, Neuman's systems model guides the holistic teaching of nursing care by helping students understand how stress affects clients and how prevention promotes wellness. It encourages learners to think critically, view patients as whole systems, and apply preventive interventions in different nursing situations. In nursing research, Neuman's systems model serves as a framework for studying stress, coping, and the body's response to stressors. It helps researchers design studies that focus on maintaining or restoring system stability. The model is also used to develop wellness and prevention programs, guiding evidence-based practices that improve patient outcomes and promote holistic healthcare. In nursing practice, Neuman's systems model helps nurses assess patient stressors and understand how these affect overall wellness. It guides the delivery of preventive nursing care at the primary, secondary, and tertiary levels to maintain or restore system balance. The model promotes holistic, patient-centered interventions that focus on strengthening the client's defenses, preventing illness, and supporting total well-being. In conclusion, Betty Nueman's systems model reminds us that every client is a whole system made up of interrelated parts affected by both internal and external stressors. Her theory emphasizes maintaining balance and stability through prevention, adaptation, and holistic nursing care. By applying Neuman's model, nurses are guided to provide patient-centered care that promotes wellness, prevents illness, and supports healing of the body, mind, and spirit. Truly, as Betty Nueman said, the client is a dynamic composite of interrelationships. Thank you for listening to our presentation about Betty Nueman's systems model. We hope it helped you understand the importance of holistic and preventive nursing care. Thank you to our teacher and classmates for your time and support. Have a great day.